Oh, I need to set this over there, over there. Yo, yo.
Good morning,
One,
Kirk.
two, 1 2. Good morning, Alan. It is technically still morning. It is
Okay.
we never really cracked the code as to why we record this so early on Saturdays. I like it.
Yeah, we couldn't do it at night on Saturdays because Saturdays is a busy night.
Yeah,
So
that'd be wild. I'd, if we dedicate every Saturday night just to the Zoom call. It could feel like a little bit of a club situation if we do that.
no, I probably have to record in a club.
Like
That's
take like
probably
a 15 to 20 minute break. Like I gotta hit the stage real quick. And Kirk, you can occupy the time,
yeah,
talk about frisbees for a little bit.
that's it would be. That's literally when the pandemic was like towards the end of it when stuff started to open back up and stuff when there was a time where like Zoom comedy shows were still happening. So I remember doing Zoom comedy shows on my phone while at real comedy shows.
Oh wow. Oh, I feel like I remember it was like Fergie mics. And it would just be randomly like you would be like out on the street. Or like, oh, all right. Proper Ebonics. I haven't seen you in a minute, man. Well, first off, welcome to Proper Ebonics. For the people, they've been waiting. They're like, man, it's been a good 2 weeks. What did Kirk and Alan have to say about X, Y, and Z? X, Y, and Z is about to be fulfilled. How you
Yeah,
doing, man?
I'm good. Did you see? I wanted to get your take on this real quick. See that? You see that
Yeah.
little white girl? That little white girl that was rapping? You seen that?
Joyce?
I don't know who Joyce is.
No, I don't know Joyce's either. There's a white woman that was rapping. Um, no, I don't think I did see it. What is
Uh,
it?
so there was this white girl. They looked like they were at like a wedding or wedding reception or something, and she was like
Oh.
rapping little baby's raps, and it like went viral. And then like I knew it was like as it was happening, I knew it was going to happen, right? So it was like this little white lady just like rapping these lyrics, you know what I'm saying? And I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to go viral, and then I
Huh.
knew there was going to be pushback from the black community, like y'all don't make black women go viral like this when they rap it. Like I knew there was going to be like, and then look, I even knew even farther. I was like, there's going to be a video. Something's going to come out of this little white lady saying the N word, and then we're going to be done with this.
Oh
And,
no.
and then that's what happened. Like that's exactly what happened.
Like they found a different video of her doing a different rap song, and it
They
was her
found
saying the N word.
they found tweets of her saying the N word,
Oh
and I like
gosh.
like I knew that was going to. I tweeted that before they found it. I was like, they're going to find tweets of this, and it's going to be over.
I thought you were gonna be like, I tweeted it before I looked for it, and then I exposed her for it. That's a bit of a rough one, sort of thing. I there weren't when she was doing like the viral one, there weren't any like N words in that, or it was just people
that
just kind of
that's what I've seen someone even say that. That's what was so tremendous about Lil Baby's verse. He didn't say the N word one time.
damn. It's like the
Like
Bill Cosby of hip hop. It's
I wouldn't go there. I wouldn't say that. That's probably R. Kelly or somebody else. Trey Songz, somebody.
Oh yeah, he's up in some stuff. Yeah, man. I that's kind of part of me is like, oh, that's annoying that she would even tweet that sort of thing. Like she would go beyond that. And then there's part of me that's like, why even bother put the energy into if some girls rapping? Why even look into it? However, yeah, pretty rough for her to be
Because
tweeting that out there.
they looked into it because they wanted that's what they wanted to happen. Like I knew I could tell by the energy that's what was going to happen. Like this is going to be an unpopular opinion. This might be a hot take.
Oh boy.
The video of her rapping, right? It was good. Like she was on beat with Lil Baby's lyrics. I don't even understand what Lil Baby saying, and she had it. I don't care if she was white, black, young, old. She killed it. But I knew though, because she was white, what was going to happen. You know what I mean?
I
But
feel
like,
like if you have skeletons in your closet where it's like you're tweeting N word, probably stay away from rapping on tape, sort of thing. I Not even that though. It's weird that people would look into it. I think it's both are weird. It's weird that she would go and do that, but that the fact that people went and researched her. Why were people upset? what was the main gripe?
Because the whole thing is, and I understand it, is that there is plenty of black people, black women that rap online that don't go this viral and don't get this much attention.
Mm.
So I agree that black women can do the same thing, but me personally, maybe because it hasn't gone viral, like on my timeline, I haven't seen like black women rapping Lil Baby's verses.
It's out there maybe, but we don't see enough of it.
That's what I'm saying. On my timeline, I don't see it, but because it's not going viral because it's not a white lady, that's probably why I don't see it. Because it's not all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Do we think we'd see a lot of viral videos of maybe black women doing something that is not associated with black culture, like if it was like a group of black women yo-yoing? Do you think that would make viral, or like,
you know what does go viral? The videos of them fighting. They put that shit go viral immediately. They put that everywhere.
you know, it's funny. So I did a block on so tarantulas and a lot of the fighting videos, non-UFC ones. You know, like on Instagram, you could say like not interested, and it kind of like lets them know like, yo, stop showing me tarantulas. Like,
Yeah.
that was one of the first blocks that did tarantulas because I like reptiles and all that stuff, but tarantulas doesn't do it for me. So just seeing that on your screen, it always did that. But for fighting videos as well, it's just like, all right, I already feel a certain way of just kind of scrolling during my downtime. Don't enter like fighting videos in on here, street fight videos at least.
But that's so it all makes sense though. You know what I'm saying? I understand black people, especially black women. I understand their gripe with this rapping white lady because their videos that they get shared are the demeaning ones. You know what I'm saying? They shared their twerking videos go viral. They be like, oh, let's share these. Let's share these fighting videos. Let's share them doing some ignorant stuff. Those are the ones that go viral. But when they rapping, that's why I don't see them on my timeline because they're not getting shared all over the place. So, but
Yeah.
I knew it was going to happen, man. I knew that was going to happen. I knew exactly what was going to happen. Like I can't like. This is the thing. The lady, the rapper lady, she's not trying to be a famous person. She just happened to, you know what I'm saying, post a video that went crazy. So that's why.
Dandy time.
Who?
She was having a dandy time.
Right. So she wasn't think people would go back and search for tweets. She wasn't thinking about that. She's not trying to be a celebrity. You know what I mean?
Man, as always, shout out to black women. I would like to see more yo-yo videos. I mean, that's a possibility. I don't know if it'll go viral, but just something I would just like to see. Just a personal thing on my end. So yeah, we'll see. We can do that there. All right, is that something I feel like we don't really have to worry about it as much. Worry may not be the right word, but if you post something that maybe if you even do it on purpose or not, and it becomes like a viral thing, and people going back, like how often do you go back in your archives and be like, all right, maybe I should delete this one, sort of thing?
Oh, I delete stuff all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. Like I'm like I go back and delete. You know what's funny? Like I'll go back and delete stuff, right? A couple months later, I'll go back on like a more deleting spree. And I'd be like, I didn't get this a couple months ago. I thought this was okay a couple months ago. You know what I mean? Like I do that. Like my Instagram, I got like over 2,000 posts. Like, yeah, I'm deleting stuff. I got a lot of stuff on there that, you know what I think? This is what I think, right? Because, you know, my daughter's 14 now. And kids gonna be on Instagram. Like, I don't want my kids seeing stuff. So it's like, if I don't want my kids seeing it, I don't want it online.
Yeah.
So like all my jokes I do now, all my skits I do, they be there half the time when I'm doing them. So it's like it's stuff that they can see. So if I don't feel like it's right for my kids, I don't want it on my page because they get to that age now where they on there. You know,
I can't say I do this. I'll do you know, they have like Facebook memories. I'll click that just on occasion because a lot of times it'll be like, oh, that's cool that I like that happened, or it was like a joke or whatever. And sometimes it'll be like from 12, 13 years ago. It won't even be anything like crazy. Like the other day I found one, I don't know if it was like a typo. It said something along the lines of like, yeah, great place. I'd buy a mattress from him. No clue what that was about. No context. I don't know if I don't even know who I'd be messaging that to accidentally even. Like, why would I be sending my buddy Nathan that message? So I have no recall of that. But there are messages like that where I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'll delete this one. But there are some wild ones too. My version of wild.
Bro, I deleted, like, it was from like 5 years ago. I had to delete it. I couldn't believe it was on there. I had to delete a Bill Cosby joke. Like
a Cosby joke like you made about him, or a Cosby joke like, yo, isn't this a great thing that Bill Cosby said in a special?
No, it was like something I said about Kazi before like all the facts came out. I was like, let me take this down.
Oh, you're like, yo, he was about to buy NBC. Yes,
No,
sir.
no,
You
no.
guys
Look,
wouldn't be doing this to George Carlin. Y'all not
Facebook
trying to
memories.
cancel Don Rickles.
Facebook memories is clutch, bro. Like I go back all the time. Like I was a mess, yo. Like I delete stuff a lot. Yeah.
Oh. Well, we're working towards trying to improve ourselves in this world and for our children and such. I don't have any kids. I got coffee. With that, let's dive into some goals. My goal, and this is actually this is credit to you on this one. Um, I've always heard you mention the idea of build on what you have while you can work on new things. It's always cool to work on stuff that you already have because you already have that foundation, which is why the goal for the month of May is going to be for each day I have to add a tag or addition to one of my jokes. There has to be something new to one of the jokes in there for each day. And it's going to be a kind of a writing slash performance goal because I'm going to go out and like try stuff out. I recently did it for one of my bits I've been doing for probably like 3 years or so. Still have fun doing it. And then for whatever reason, last Saturday, I was in the woods. I was writing on a large piece of rock while like the waves were coming in. It was actually pretty nice.
Sounds pretty peaceful.
It was. It motivated me too. I was like, oh, let me get the notebook out, and then added some stuff to it, and it added like at least another minute to the bit. Tried it out, like at a mic, got a good reaction. I was like, that's always a nice feeling when you try something new, gets a good reaction, you feel good about it. So I'm like, I kind of want to continue this pattern. So this month, add a joke per day. That's the goal.
Bro, if you add 30 seconds a day to a minute a day, it's like 15 to 30 minutes, bro.
Yeah, even like the bit I was just talking about, like that's already like a 2-3 minute bit. With the new addition, it extends it out to like 4 minutes and a half. Like at the mic, it was like the whole bit was the pretty much the performance. So I was like, oh, all right, that's kind of cool.
Beautiful, man. That brings a tear to my eyes, man. I love to hear that because I'm telling you, man, like I do that a whole bunch. And I forget, was it Seinfeld that said that? I forget who said that. Somebody like
Cosby.
famous. No, I don't think it was Cosby. But somebody said that. It was just like add on because they're already laughing. You know how easy it is to keep someone laughing than it is to start them laughing. You know what I mean? Like it's
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean? Like they're already rolling. You could say something. You could say something that's not that funny, but because they're already rolling, it just keeps them rolling. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think that was one of my hesitations before of like whenever I had something that was solid that I considered like a material, I was like, what if I add something to it that's not really like it will lose the momentum,
yeah,
if anything. Which I think is a possibility in some ways, but if you're feeling what you're writing, at least that's so far. I'm sure within the month I'm gonna write stuff that's like, this is silly, and not really like it. And it may slow down the momentum of something. But if you like what you're doing and if it connects, it's like, all right, well, solid. It may not be like the prime part of that joke or a bit, but be able to have that in there, it extends it and it lets you get to another point.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's a good goal. It's a good goal. So my goal, it's funny you say this, and I'm not just like piggybacking off of your goal, but my goal was also a comedy writing goal. And it was so I did the show 2 weeks ago when I was in Georgia. I did that show, and what I realized is because my mom was there, like I have a lot of jokes about the time period that I lived with my mom from like birth. I lived with my mom till I was 12. Like I have a lot of material about like growing up, didn't have a lot of money, my fears. Just I had a lot of material about that. And what made me realize is after doing that show, having so much material with my mom, I don't have pretty much anything really about my dad. I live with my dad from 13 to 18. You know what I mean? Like that's that's formative years. That's my
Yeah.
teenage years. You know what I mean? And I just don't have a lot of material about that. So like I literally, that's been my goal, was to tap into that part of my life, like from 13 to 18. Because I did some things, I've learned some things. There's some funny stuff in there. So that's been my goal, like try to tap into that time period of my life.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like I haven't really tapped into it at all on
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah. And I think that's a solid one too, especially for those particular years. I wonder if it would you'd benefit from almost like doing a similar thing where each day you write a one pager of a story from that time or some sort of thing that could recall your memory.
Yeah, that's my goal. That's a good goal. Make it a plan. Make it tangible.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'll do that. A page a day. I already did one today. I already did one today.
Nice. Bro, let's do a mutual goal. You're working on that one, I'll work on mine. And then
Let's
like at
do
the
it.
end we'll check in.
Let's
So
do it.
yeah, whether it be like a page a day or whatever amount you do. I think a page a day is a good one. But just like write stuff out from that time. You're right. That is the thing about those years, like at least for me, I remember like the major stuff and some of the smaller stuff. There's probably so much that I just don't think to recall unless someone reminds me or if I don't like drain my brain to just think about it, sort of
Yeah.
thing. So yeah, man, wish you luck with them. I'm curious to see what kind of sort of results you'll get.
Yeah, and this is the last day of April too. So if we just do it for the month of May.
Yeah, that my goal is starting tomorrow, sort of thing. I'm like, that's the I get excited when a new goal is coming up and the month is approaching. I get to flip the calendar, see what sort of graphic is going to be on there. It's gonna be nice.
Turning the calendar page give Kirk's a chub.
It
Yeah.
really does. Wait, what? I didn't catch that last part.
Kirk gets a heart on every time he's like, "Ooh, May."
It really depends on the graphics. Sometimes those graphics really gets me excited. Gets me
Get a swimsuit calendar.
mad. The most provocative calendar I've had was a pinup model one, where it was like it wasn't even like real women. It was like the cartoon, not cartoon, but like it was like drawings. It was a good one. I like the idea of like pinup culture.
Like
So
Lola
yeah.
Bunny.
Oh my gosh, if Lola Bunny was in a pinup one, if I had animals as pinup models, I'd be a different type of monster, but perhaps it's a monster that I'd be willing to embrace. Who knows? So we'll see.
Like, Kirk's like, "Oh, Minnie Mouse. Oh boy."
She wasn't bad. I kind of like her. She was kind of got that thing going.
So you said you've been getting scammed or spammed. What's been going on with you, man?
Bro,
You told me that.
I was I was annoyed. All right, so I'm starting work yesterday, and I got a call around like 9:30 or something like that, and I was like, "Hi,
At night, in the morning.
no, morning, yeah." And this dude, he was saying he's like, I'm an officer with the Federal Customs Protection Border, kind of like a thicker accent, but like he started dropping like case ID numbers and all that. He knew my name. He was like, "Is this Kirk Griffiths?" and all that stuff. And I was like, "Oh, yeah." And then he was saying he had like my prior addresses. Like he was like he dropped like the Bronx address, my mom's old address from in Pennsylvania. So part of me is like, all right, what is this? But why do you know that? And then he was saying, I guess like they're saying that someone has been sending packages from Mexico to El Paso, Texas, with cocaine, marijuana, fake passports. There was something else. It wasn't guns, but it was something ridiculous. And then they're like, "Are you aware of this?" I was like, "No." And that's so producer Pat brings up of the idea of like the spam likely thing. I usually have this as well. My phone did not give this. It just had like a number. At the same time, I was like, because the dude, he just kept going. And again, he knew my information. And I was like, one, I was kind of annoyed. It was early. And I was like, "Hey, listen, I'm hearing you out. However, you know, there's a lot of calls out there, and I need to prove that this is valid before I move forward or give any information." I wasn't going to give any information, period.
But what was he asking you for?
His whole thing was saying that like we think this is some sort of identity fraud, so that's why we're calling you just to check in. Like he was saying, like he gave me his badge number and all that, and he was saying he's like based in Washington D.C. Like it was the most valid spam call that I've gotten. Or like it wasn't a robocall. It was a dude who knew my full name. He was like, "How you doing?" Like it was like he was being very informal. And then it escalated it to because he was like, "All right, well, I'm going to provide you with my supervisor, who can explain more, because clearly you'd like to hear the validity of this." And I was just like, "Cops don't do this, right? Cops don't like hit you up and be like, hey, we think identity fraud may be happening under your name." And then just asking the person, like, hey, did you do this? Like, that can't be how they operate. So
Yeah.
I had that in mind. But at the same time, like, I was like, damn, is this how they operate? I don't know. I've been removed from this situation. I don't know. Um, he escalated it to another person, and the other person wasn't as, they should have switched roles. Like, this person wasn't as ready.
Yeah.
I was like asking questions like, where are you based? Where can I like look this up? And he was like, Google my name. My name is Mike. And then he gave a last name, but then he like forgot the last name. So he kept just saying like, Google Mike, Google Mike. And I was like, yeah, man, I don't know about this. And then eventually he hung up. I was pressing him, but at the same time, it was dumb. I probably should have just hung up the phone, but
Yeah.
I ended up reporting it, to like, I think it's like the FTC, and also just called my bank and being like,
So
yeah,
how do you report it? You like dial 911? What'd you do?
well, it's funny. I was tempted, but I was like, I'm not gonna call 911 for this. But you could look up like, reporting identity fraud or attempts at fraud, and it led me to the government bureau site, which I think was like FTC,
Yeah.
and their fraud protection line. So, and I pretty much put in a form giving out the number and stating what they stated on it. My main thing was my bank, which like I pretty much called them. I was like, hey, listen, Mike, he was on the phone just now. I think he seemed like he had a lot of my information. I don't know if you guys could do some sort of extra protective measures to make sure, like, if someone named Mike tries to pull anything out, know that I'm saying right now, don't let him. So, and producer Pat is like, can you guys Google Mike? That I should have asked them that. Like, can you guys Google Mike? I don't know if you guys have heard of Mike. Yeah, it was annoying, because it was one of the more elaborate, scammers that I've gotten. Or maybe I wasn't being scammed. Maybe I just hung up the line on someone that's trying to identify someone.
They're like, man, we're trying to help this guy. He doesn't want any help. Just hang up on this guy.
Yeah. Well, they were saying like, we have an arrest warrant number. And I was like, I feel like they don't do it like this. This can't be how cops operate. And it's like, who knows? Who knows? It could be someone, has taken my identity, has been, sending out, gun clips, from Mexico to El Paso, and they're sending it under Kirk Griffiths.
What was the area code number? Do you
It
know?
was New York. That's how I realized afterwards. They're saying Washington, and I saw it was like it wasn't 718. I think it was 716, but it showed us New York as well.
678 or something like that.
Perhaps, yeah.
I
Like
don't know.
it, I was a little annoyed by that because, like, not annoyed, but like it made me recognize, like, oh, I see how a lot of times, the elderly get swindled by scammers. Maybe
Yeah.
because I'm getting older or whatever, but like I gave more benefit of the doubt than I should have on this one.
Like if you were 50 years older right now, you'd be in tears.
Bro, probably. I'd be in tears. I'd be calling up my nephews and nieces like, did you use my card? I know you're going through a rough time.
How do you Google Mike?
Do you guys know who Mike is?
Yeah, man, they out here for real. I had a spam. That's the spam calls that'll get you. Are the ones that try to make it seem like somebody already got you.
Yeah, because like you're in
Like,
danger and we could help.
yeah, I even got an email in my junk the other day. It was it almost got me. It was like the Amazon package you ordered got sent to this address. Click here to. I'm like, did I order something? Like, I don't think I.
Damn, bro. I thought I got spammed earlier last month, or not last month, last year rather, from a similar thing at Amazon. I got a package and it had just like speakers in it, and it said addressed to Kirk. It didn't have like a return address to it. And I was like, I didn't order these. It's not on my catalog, like on the Amazon thing. And I looked up, apparently a lot of times they'll do that. They'll send it out. They'll send like an item out to you because they get your information from a third party. And then from there, you'll engage with whatever information they give. And then that kind of gives them more information. Turns out it wasn't the case. It was my job sending me speakers for something from like 2 months ago. I was like, oh, all right, guys, you could have like,
Could have gave me a heads up. You know what I mean? You
yeah.
know what? I think the ultimate level of peace for me is like living in a neighborhood where packages are safe in front of my house. You know what I mean? Like I feel
Mm.
like that's when I know I'm doing well in life, where I don't have to worry like this package got delivered. I hope nobody takes it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want to live that. I want to live that far from the sidewalk. Like that's the goal. Live as far from the sidewalk as possible.
That is a nice goal. Of like, just keep me away from the road. Just the further away I am from a fire hydrant, the
Yeah.
better that I'm doing in life. It's funny. I never thought of it that way. Yeah. I'm very close to the road right now. You might be able to hear some Toyotas as we record. Um, Speaking of some not so good things to do, I don't know if you saw this at all, and you might actually know more information about it. I saw it this morning. So apparently, the baby apparently jumped another person. This dude jumps all over the place. I don't know if he's a rapper or a fighter.
I
This dude loves fighting.
don't know if he's a rapper or fighter.
I can't tell you a baby song. I could tell you at least 3 incidents of him using like arm bars. This dude is just nonstop, loves violence. So from what I gathered, he was trying to shoot a music video for his alleged rap career. And he was trying to shoot a music video. And then I guess it was like the reporter saying like the person who owns the property was like, hey, you can't do this on my property. And then that led to the baby getting off on his gear on and then let some jumping.
I didn't hear about this one.
Yeah, so apparently like the person, which makes sense, if someone's like get off my property, it's like they're probably gonna press charges. That's probably like a telltale sign right there. So they press charges, and I guess now it's considered it could be a felony.
Wait, when did this incident happen?
I saw it this morning, but I don't know in terms of like when the actual. It
Because
seems like this is one of his weekly fights. So it could have been last week's fight. It could have been last night's fight.
I don't know of this one, but I do know of the one where I see the video of him fighting one of his rappers.
He's fighting his friends too.
It was like last week. He was like walking through the performance venue after or before a show, and he was like started swinging on somebody, and they started fighting. And then later came out that it was one of his artists.
Man,
Yeah.
this dude lives a wild life. This the baby, is it trauma that the baby's going through? Is he trying to process childhood trauma? Is he or
Oh,
is
for
he just
sure.
like the scuffle?
For sure. The baby has stuff going on in his life that he's been seeing that he is only if fighting and violence is your only reaction, you have something going on inside of you. You can't talk. You can't. This is your artist. You can't just talk to your artist. Like,
Imagine being like PR or like management of like, all right, you're making a lot of money, baby. We kind of came over that old like homophobic thing that from before. We kind of made through that, and you kind of just keep getting back into these scuffles.
I was talking to my homie the other day, literally about the baby, and I don't know why, or
Just a funny sentence.
I don't know why, but we might have been talking about because he just shot that person in the leg. You seen that, right?
Recently?
Yeah, like
Oh
two weeks
man.
ago. 2 weeks ago, somebody, I don't know why, was on his property, hopped the fence, was standing in the middle of his football field, and he shot him in his leg.
Well, yeah, probably shouldn't hop over the baby's fence sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I did not hear of that. I guess that's a little more justifiable. Yeah, I don't know the other situations like that either, but
Yeah. So me and my homie were talking about the baby shooting the guy the other day. And I was just saying, like, it's not ironic that he's into violence. Like, cause it's deeper than just, oh, I like to fight. Like he has something going on inside of him that his only way to communicate is violence. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you're not a boxer, you're not a UFC fighter. If you want to fight, you can sign up to fight professionally. There's a Paul brother that will fight you right now.
there's
Like,
two of them. You could set up a Paul fight at any point. Yeah, you would. I think you would think ideally someone's making millions of dollars, they would not resort to violence because it seems like for most of them, it's not like the baby was attacked and he defended himself. like the videos I've seen, it's like the baby started it. And baby, this person had to defend themselves from the baby. So there's a lot of that.
He is the aggressor.
The aggressor. That's his wrestling name. The aggressor.
That's exactly what it is. But yeah, man, he be running around snapping. And like they even released, I don't know why, Rolling Stone released a video of the one shooting that happened that the baby did inside of the Walmart. You see that video?
I didn't see the video, but I know of that one.
Yeah, they released a video of it.
I was also, was it inside Walmart or outside Walmart?
And it wasn't like aisle 4.
It was, oh damn, it was inside Walmart. Oh,
bro, it was inside Walmart. He was fighting one. It was 2 guys. The baby was fighting one of the guys. The other guy that wasn't fighting is the one that the baby killed.
Oh no.
So and it was self-defense. So probably what I'm assuming is the other guy that wasn't fighting must have had a gun. You know what I mean? So if he had a gun on him and the baby legally has a gun on him, it's self-defense.
It's a wild Walmart right there. That's a crazy. Can you imagine of like you're rolling with your friend sort of thing, and then your friend decides to rob and fight the baby, and then you just have to be like, all right, I didn't want to be in this situation at all. I don't know if you've ever just been in that sort of situation in general with friends.
Yeah, I was about to say I've been in situations very similar.
Yeah, it's annoying as hell. It's like I've been in like crazy ones, but like I don't shout out to this friend. Love this friend. But we're at a casino like a few years back, and I guess the friend wanted to watch like they have like the monitors with like different games. They're betting on games, and he requested there's someone sitting in a seat, and he was like, hey, do you mind if I switch seats so I could see that screen right there? And the person just said no. They weren't even like that much of a dickhead about it. They're just like, oh no, like I want to sit here. And then this friend like escalated it to like, oh, he doesn't want to get the effing seat, this and that. I was like, you were gonna get us in a situation like over tennis at a casino right now. Me and my other friend Ray were like, we do not want to have to get into a scuffle over this.
Right.
Luckily, it didn't escalate. Luckily, but I'm sure it sounds like you've been in situations like that as well.
I've been in plenty of fights because my friends are assholes, or I've been in plenty of I've been in a lot of situations where it's the company you keep, you know, like, you know, and also I've also been that person. I've also been that friend like, is he going to punch? And like they're looking at me like I'm going to punch this guy. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, yeah, I've been in all of that. So it's I'm gonna
get you and Bruce Pat in a situation like that. We're gonna be like, next time we're like at a like 7-Eleven or something like that. Someone's eyeing me up because they don't like my pants. I'm gonna say something real wild to them.
I could just see Kirk just throwing a hot dog that has ketchup and mustard on it all over someone inside of 7-Eleven. And then me and Pat just walking out like, okay, we're too over this.
Yo, what do you say about my glasses? Throw a pizza at them. And it's like, yo, I got my team with me. Right? Where's my team? Team? Where are you? That's
producer Pat is going to call. It's going to say, call Mike. Google Mike.
Yeah, producer Pat, you got to protect me, man. You got that jujitsu. Alan, you got the height, and I got the spirit. I feel like with that combination, we'll be fine.
Yeah, we're gonna ask two of us are gonna ask us to kick while Pat's over here beating everybody else up.
That's just rolling with people.
Yeah, man.
I was curious on your take with this. We talk about a lot of different goals and all that stuff. We got one that's coming up. We'll save it for prop suggestions and all that. But promoting shows. Yeah, you put together a bunch of shows, a lot of successful shows. We put together proper Ebonics Live. When it comes to promoting shows, what are some strategies you take in terms of solidifying? There's no way to solidify success, but nearly going for that, like really making sure that people are going to be there. What are steps you take?
Well, it depends on the kind of show you're doing, like where it's at. Like I'm not the kind of promoter. Like I'm not a promoter, right? But I'll produce a show or two. But that whole show, like where it's like I have an event space or I have a banquet room, it's like this big open room. Let me fill it with 200 people. That ain't me. You know what I mean? Like I don't have that situation. I like to go to an establishment, like a bar that already has a good following, or an event space that has a bar in it, or like a brewery, something like that, where it's like they can help me promote. And you can get a
Yep.
venue, you can get a venue that has a following that wants to have a successful event just like you do. That'd be perfect. You know what I mean? So it's like the one show I was doing at Hunky Dory, um, they had like 10,000 followers, but all from the neighborhood. You know what I mean? So it's like they put a post up, everybody's seeing it. You know what I mean? So like that was one thing I would do is have a partnership with a venue where they also promote online to their following. I would pay for promotional posts on Instagram or Facebook. You can drop like $10 on it. Like you put like $10 on it, and then what you do is you can select where you want your promotion to run, like an area, like you pick area codes. So
Oh,
you could pick like Philadelphia, Delaware County, Montgomery County, Chester County, and just promote there, put $10, $20 on it, and you could put how long you want it to run. You know what I mean? So
oh,
so people you be scrolling, you could put it where? You could put it on the Instagram feed, you could put it in Instagram stories. And you could
mhm.
pay to, like, you know how you be in the stories, it'd be a promotion for some product. You know what I
I've
mean?
never done the promotion one. I always see the option for it, but this is
Yeah.
what you're talking about when they say promote. Oh wow,
Yeah,
that
like,
makes
like
sense.
like my girl for her store, she got like a photographer to come in and shot like a video, like a video of the store, like a 1 minute video, and I'm in it. And
Nice.
it's just constantly forever playing on social media. Like
Mm.
it's like $2 a day, just forever.
Oh,
So it's like, why not? You pay that. It's like that's like so much less than paying for a billboard or a TV commercial. You know what I mean? Like,
and billboard would be kind of nice.
right.
Uh,
Third way to do it is hit the streets, be on the ground. So like put flyers up, go into stores, ask them, can you put flyers and posters up, hand them out to people you see on the street. When you go to shows, hand out your flyer. Like that's the one part too. You gotta have, like, I feel like those three things, you know what I mean? Help from the venue, online promotion, and ground street promotion.
yeah,
You do those things well, you should have a good turnout to a show.
that
Yeah.
sounds about right. And the times I have done, especially going on the ground or making like a video for it, I've had successful turnouts from past shows. Um, this particular show, I have to like promote two shows. One I'm just on, which I'll talk about in a second. Um, the idea of like putting something together is like exciting. This particular show that I'm putting together, I'm excited about it. I would like to have a fair amount of people show up, sort of thing. The venue, it's not they have like three different rooms. This one's going to be one of the smaller intimate spots, which I like, which I'm like, oh
Yeah.
cool. We could, it's not like you're you've done the one that I've done like steel stacks before, where it's like a 150 seater sort of thing. So even if it's like few people, like 12, 15, 20 people show up, it's like, oh well, there's still a lot of space around.
Yeah.
This one, it's like a little bit of in a tighter spot, so it should be cool. But yeah, I'm gonna work on some strategies. I'm thinking of hitting up like this radio person in the area and just being like, hey, listen, I have this thing. I already kind of know them, so it's like I'm
Yeah.
gonna aim out to try and see what turns out with it. I'm very excited for it though.
Yeah. Another thing, if you have time to do this, I feel like this works well. Like people, they posting a flyer online, you don't get that much traction from it. But I
Right.
think typing up a couple sentences to, like, say somebody you know lives in that area, like, hey, I'm having a show. This is what it is. I just want to let you know if you're free. Here's the info, and just DM it to them.
Yeah, I think that's a very good strategy of like, yo, you're in the area already. It's a month in advance. Just want to give you a heads up on this. I'll sign like a cup for you or something like that if you come through. Yeah, no, I think that's I'm gonna start working on that. It's this month is gonna be busy in the sense that 2 weeks in, I'm doing a church show called
Yeah.
Too Blessed to Be Stressed. Uh, uh, and it's funny because the one, my name's spelled wrong on the flyer, which I don't mind. I'm whatever about it. It's, I got the hookup from my barber and he put me onto it. So I'm like, all right, sure. And I was like, my
This
barber
show
doesn't know my last name.
This show sounds amazing. I got the hookup from my barber to be on the church show called Too Blessed to Be Stressed, where
It's
my
at a
name on the
church too.
flyer is spelled wrong.
Yeah, it's like a photo with me with the afro and all that. It's gonna be wild. I think Nate the landlord's on it, which is pretty cool. I'm excited for that. Um, yeah, so it's gonna be promoting that, putting flyers around. I'm gonna promote that one, but the one that I'm doing, which we're gonna talk about in prop suggestions, that's the one where I'm like, man, it's I coordinated all that. Like I did a little bit of like what you were doing of like you put the lineup together and you're kind of like the coordinator. I'm hosting it sort of thing. But I was open to the idea of someone else even hosting it. My whole thing is like coordinating it and really pushing it out there.
You are the producer.
Oh yeah, I guess that's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, producing. Yeah, so co-producing it with the venue and all that. So yeah, it should be cool. And with that, you want to get some prop suggestions?
Yeah, we can do it. Sounds like you got one already ready to go.
I do got one. I got multiple. I actually only have one. This prop suggestion, as noted, putting a show together. So on June 10th, at the Steel Stacks Arts Center, their visitor center at Steel Stacks, we're putting together the Out of Towners comedy show. The idea of it is that each of the comics are coming in from out of town. So, which I know many of you are thinking like, hey, Kirk, isn't that every show? It's not like every show. No, this one we're setting it up like a concept. So they're going to be representing each town that they come in from. And they're going to be representing it through their comedy. And we're going to have a native of the area will be hosting it. And I'm like, I'm adjacent native. They know who I am over there, sort of thing. So gonna be hosting it. I'm excited about the lineup. We got some stuff confirmed. I'll be able to drop that sooner than later, but this is a cool one. And like just from doing stuff in the Lehigh Valley and from the time of being there and doing stuff in like Harrisburg, Lancaster, Philadelphia, some stuff New Jersey, New York, it's kind of be able to combine all of those parties into one. Like it's a fun thing when you do a lineup. You could get some of your favorite people and people that would never interact prior. It's almost like a wedding. It's like, it's like, here's George, my barber, and Auntie Polly sort of thing. It's very much like that. So putting it together, and it's going to be on June 10th, Friday at 9:15. So we got a cool spot on it. This one's definitely like, I think people are going to have fun if they come through this one. This is going to be a good one.
June 10th, Friday. That's let me try to see. Yeah. You got to message people. Definitely got to message people.
Yeah. It's not just going to be Facebook invites. Like this one, I'm going to try to make it personalized. I'm going to try to hit the radio. Get Street Sweeper theme.
Yeah, man. I think you can do it. You guys are selling tickets.
We didn't start yet. We officially this is my official announcement for it. They're going to put it on the website, I believe, tomorrow. So
it's lit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody check it out. June 10th, Steel Stacks, Kirk Griffiths, the Out of Towners.
Yeah, man, Out of Towners. It's gonna be nice.
So my suggestion for the people is I'm just giving people suggestions to things that I gotta check off my own list. Go to the dentist, everybody. Go to the dentist, get your teeth clean, your teeth checked. Right. You know what I'm saying? True. It's time for me to get my checkup. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying it, because it's something that I need to do for myself. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, go get the checkup. You know what I'm saying? Because I know once you get off your parents' insurance, y'all be forgetting to go to the dentist for years. I've done it too. You know what I mean? So this is your yearly reminder from Proper Ebonics, Kirk and Alan, to go to the dentist. You know what I'm saying? And go to the doctors too, but this one for the dentist. This one for the dentist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it was just like a routine cleaning situation.
Yeah, all that.
Yeah. I guess it'd be weird if it was something else. Like, yeah, I'm going there to get pants. It would be kind of a weird thing. So yeah, go to your dentist, get it clean. You're going to feel very nice and prosperous. You know that feeling after you get like a deep cleaning and you like put your lips against your tongue and it's like, whoa, it's like I have new teeth. Such a good feeling.
Your lips against your tongue.
Yeah. That's one of my favorites. After I go to a dentist appointment, it's like, man, I am shiny right now. My teeth are just woo. It's so nice. It feels like my teeth are like made out of marble. It's like like the marble groundings at a Target shop. That's what my teeth feel like. It feels like I could glide on it all day.
Like when you lick your teeth, it sounds like you wash your windows.
Yeah, exactly that. It's just, if you get a good dentist, you'll be able to get that feeling. Not to mention the flavors that they use for the rinse. So that should be pretty cool. That's a
Yeah,
great
so
one.
that is my suggestion.
A lot of
For
people
the
don't recognize too, like teeth. They're I don't know the full science behind it, but they're connected to the heart. I mean, a lot of things are connected to the heart. So that's a big thing. Like if you have like plaque buildup or any sort of thing that's going for a while, a lot of times like abscess tooth or whatever, you want to make sure to get that checked out because it's connected to the blood flow of the heart, apparently. So I've
yeah,
been told.
I've heard the exact same thing. You know what I mean? So yeah, so if you don't feel like going to the heart doctor, go to the dentist instead.
Yeah. If you want to go to the cardiologist,
Yeah, if you
yeah,
don't,
do
or if you
both.
don't want to go to the dentist, just go to the cardiologist. You know, so
I'm
there
gonna
you go.
suggest everyone do both. You know, I don't know. So like I have a cardiologist guy like the heart thing, but like do people have cardiologists like when they're like in their 20s and 30s?
Bro, I be thinking about that because I just got a doctor and a dentist, like a cardiologist, an ophthalmologist, a
Nice.
optometrist. I'm like, who are all these? Who are all these? Y'all got lawyers? I ain't got none of this stuff.
Do you have a cardiologist?
No, I only got a family doctor. That's it.
That's yeah. Shout out to Dr. Quinn. That's it's the funniest thing. Um, it's weird that I know who your doctor is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I never actually thought of that. Like when do people start getting cardiologists? Like I imagine like
When you
most
need it.
things. Yeah,
When you need it.
exactly. It's like when you need one or when it comes in handy. I don't think people often are doing preemptive measures of like, oh yeah, let me just go to a cardiologist and get a stress test and a Holter monitor when I'm 23.
Yeah, no. It's just I think another your family doctor recommends you for something, and then that's when you go get that kind of stuff.
Yeah, my family doctor, she be wilding on. She's anytime there's something going on, she always has like some specialists of like, oh, have you thought of the allergists? And I was just like, I don't, I'm stressed. What does this have to do with allergies?
They just try and keep that money road
A
recycling. You
little
know what I'm
bit,
saying?
yeah. I think a little bit of that. Sometimes it's helpful. It turns out I'm allergic to ice cubes. The cold
Allergic
in
to
general.
you
Yeah,
allergic to
yeah,
ice cubes?
yeah. So like the cold in general. I won't do the whole story, but like I was breaking out in the hives, and for years they thought it was milk. Then they thought it was seafood, and then I was cutting shrimp at a job, like frozen shrimp, like kind of like getting it all off together. And then I got into worse hives, like my throat clogged up. And then eventually I went to an allergist. They did the tests, and turns out the thing that I had a reaction to when they put an ice cube on my wrist, that's when a hive came up. So there's a name for it. I think it's like cold urticaria or something like that, where extreme cold, I have like an allergy to it.
Wow. So like when you go to like Airbnbs, you got to request they don't have ice cubes
That's
in
why,
the kitchen. In
yeah,
the
it's like,
freezer.
that's pretty, yeah. I'm like, hey, make sure it's 90 degrees when I come in here. I have a special condition. It's, I may have to do that
Yeah.
with an Airbnb as well. And I don't know if you ever had this experience. So my buddy, he's getting married. Shout out to Jason. He's getting married, and the hotel rooms they have the blocks for it where it's like discounted rate. I
Yeah.
looked at the discount rate and not discounted enough. So I'm looking at Airbnbs, and there are options in the area. And usually when you do Airbnbs, at least for me, I get the entire place.
Right.
It's just like, yeah, I don't want to share. I've done it before where I thought it was the entire place, but it turns out it was like a lodge where the family was attached to it, and they kind of like immerse themselves in the night, which is like, all right. So I usually go entire place. They
Yeah.
only had shared or private room options. It's only 2 nights. It's in New Jersey. I'm like, I'm doing this mainly for cost reasons. Have you ever done this where you stayed at a place, whether it be a hostel or somewhere like this, where it's like you're in a private room at someone else's home?
Yeah, I've done the private room Airbnb thing. And when I did it, it was mad awkward. Mad awkward
Why?
because it was me and this young lady,
Nice.
and she was one of the loudest young ladies ever.
Oh,
So it was mad awkward for that reason. But like I just gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I mean? But like
what? I'm gonna ask though. I feel like if you're in a shared space, keep it down. Not even necessarily like keep it down, like don't do that, but like don't put on the theatrics if you know that you're a guest in someone else's place. Lady,
No,
wow.
son. No, it was crazy in that joint. Like, like I'm telling you, like this was one of the like she was very vocal. It was always it was always a dramatic scene, bro. It was like it was always wild.
Did
So
you
like
ever? No, sorry, go ahead. I'm
no, I'm
curious. I
saying
do
so
have a
like
follow-up question though.
so like I was like, yo, they never go like I never seen them. You know what I mean? So I never seen them. They left the key in the thing. It was like we were like down in like the basement area,
Oh, nice.
but it wasn't like a bedroom upstairs. It was like the basement area,
Okay.
but it was still attached to this house. It was like I know y'all can hear this. You know what I mean?
Dude, it would be funny if you actually said that midway through. Like, I know you guys can hear this. If ever in that situation, maybe with this particular person, at any point, did you ever feel comfortable or even wanted to be like, hey, keep it down just like a little bit?
I think I did actually, but it didn't matter. Like
Oh,
it wasn't no keeping it down. Like
that's
after a certain point, you just know that. And you're just kind of like, well, it is what it is. They don't know me. This isn't her name. Like,
oh, but that's yeah, that switches things a little bit too. I feel like I'd be more protective if it was in my name, but yeah, I feel like that could sometimes throw me off. Not even like I don't like things being loud or whatever, but if it's like theatrical to the point where it's like, all right, well, like I have like family members in the other room, sort of thing. Like, what are you? It kind of throws off for me where it's like, all right, well, I don't know if I'm necessarily enjoying this as much right now. Like, I'm gonna like, if I'm the one doing this where you're causing it, where you're like screaming, I'm gonna decrease whatever I'm doing. Um, yeah, but it's a different situation when you're in an Airbnb, and who knows what this situation will be. Uh, I just requested it officially. They haven't confirmed, but hopefully, because those hotel prices, man, $400 for 2 nights.
what? You in New Jersey? You can find hotels for cheap in New Jersey.
That's what I'm thinking, man. Maybe I should have looked at that first. But I was like, oh, let me
Where,
do an Airbnb.
where at in Jersey? North Jersey or South Jersey?
East Rutherford.
Oh, that's north. That's right across the river from New York.
Yeah, I know it's definitely close to New York. It's
Yeah,
like near Clifton, which I think that's where like the actual venue will be.
yeah.
Um, so yeah, we'll see if they deny it for whatever reason. I'll look into like different hotels. I've been hoteling it up. I was in a hotel all last weekend too. It was nice. I should give
Doing what?
context. No, it's
Doing what, Kirk?
rolling around. No, it's no, I did Wisecrackers at the Mohegan Sun, and they put your boy in a hotel both Friday and Saturday. And I always have a gay old time when I'm there, man. I make a day out of it that Saturday when it's like, all right, did the first show. I have a whole day to myself and I have a hotel. I explore. And that I did. That's where I did some writing on that rock where I worked on that bit a little bit.
No,
Um,
that might be the best day ever. Like that Saturday after the Friday show goes good, they pay for your hotel. Then
yeah.
you got a whole day just in a random place
Oh
that
my
you have another
goodness.
show in and a hotel that night. It's a really good day. Always.
Yeah, man. That's one of my favorites when I go there. I'm like, oh, I have the Saturday. Like, obviously, I look forward to the shows. Like that part, obviously, is very cool. Like, you get to have like a Friday show and then treat Saturday of almost like, all right, well, I just did not Friday like a practice run, but like Friday, this is the first run of it. It could only go better if I'm
Yeah.
doing it again. So it's like you're hyped, knowing like, all right, I'm about to perform again. It's going to be like a bigger thing, and then you just have like the day. Shout out to CD Exotics. Always show love to them. They had a chicken in the shop this time, which was that confused me. Um, there's literally a chicken in the bin for turtles. It was just like a chicken going wild. Like it could have gone like the alligator crate and all that stuff. I don't know how they regulate it, but it was wild.
That chicken's gonna be somebody's dinner.
Yeah, I was concerned about that too. I was very concerned about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Wisecrackers. It was a fun spot.
Nice, man. Nice. Yeah. I gotta get there. I haven't been there in a while since the whole pandemic thing shut down.
Yeah,
But I'm in this weird phase. It's just like book me the headline. Book me the headline, you know?
yeah.
I know I said this on Facebook, right? I said that old white guys in comedy, they just automatically make them the headliner. Like
That's funny.
they be like, you got an AARP card? All right, you're closing us out. It's just like, dog, they're so out of touch. You know what I mean? Let me go after them. Let me go. I guarantee you'd be happy with it. Because what's going to happen is I'm gonna kill this little feature spot.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna be like, back in the 70s, we used to you know.
That's I mean, yeah, I feel like a feature spot would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Of like the idea of like, oh yeah, you're not like the whole. It's not like to say the whole responsibility is on the headliner because that's definitely not the case. But there's some like, okay, you do like 25 minutes, you rock out, and then the headliner does their thing. Yeah, I think both would be kind of cool spots. For you, definitely. I think like you could feature, you could headline. Have you performed down that area before, like Wilkes-Barre?
Nothing in a long time. Nothing really, no.
Yeah.
Like
You know,
haven't gone past like Lehigh Valley really up to the Poconos like that. Or
yeah.
Poconos, Scranton area. Haven't really got to Scranton. That shows up there.
Yeah, I almost consider like an extension of Lehigh Valley in some ways because it's just a lot of Lehigh Valley people will go out there. This is cool, man. Shout out to Tom D'Addario. He headlined. He was killing it. I had not seen him perform before. He came up from New York, and he was just solid, just like a solid ass dude. Rachel Fogletto, she featured first time being like on a show with her, and that was really cool too.
Yeah.
So overall, solid experience. I almost got her out to the lizard shop. Almost, it ended up not working out, but I almost got her out to hold some snakes.
Yeah. Only you, Kirk. Only you. Taking people to go reptile hunting or reptile shopping.
Honestly, maybe not hunting necessarily, but like I feel because anytime I'm in there, because it's always just me holding a snake for a while, and like you'll get people just coming in and they'll start asking me questions. And I'm like, do they think I work here? But I'll start answering the questions like legitimately, like, oh well, yeah, this is an albino corn snake, yes. And then eventually, the one it was like some kid, he was like 22. I was like, hey, just a heads up, I don't work here. And he was like, oh yeah, I know. It just seems like you know what you're talking about. And I was like, all right. I was like, cool.
I can see that. I can see you getting your own snake shop when you get older.
Honestly, man, if it's not an independent film theater, a reptile rescue, that wouldn't be so bad either.
Nah, see? Now we're talking. That's Kirk's new goal for this week. Yeah. All right, man. We're gonna dip out of here today.
Very nice.
Yeah. Good conversation. We got this week coming up. What you got going on?
This week, well, too blessed to be stressed. May 15th, in Downingtown. You may recognize the comedian as Kirk Griffin, Downingtown's own Kirk Griffin with a large afro. and yeah, man, we're gonna be presenting some holy jokes. It's gonna be nice. It's I think like a 15-minute spot, clean comedy, which I have fun at the clean shows. I find the crowds are always kind of fun. So yeah, if you're looking for some clean, squeaky clean comedy with some suggestive elements, hit me up on the Instagram. But also June 10th, the Out of Towners at Steel Stacks Visitor Center. That one's going to be a nice one as well. So definitely check us out.
Yeah, check them out. Check them out. I feel like you don't have to switch up your jokes for the comedy show either, for the clean show. You're not like you're not a raunchy guy. You're not talking about like butt stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have some stuff where it's like, yeah, it's pretty much. I don't really have to switch it up too much. I kind of just do it.
Yeah, nice. When I do clean shows, I just like there's like some jokes I just don't do. But like most of my stuff is pretty like my kids stuff and like, but just I got like 2 or 3 jokes I just don't do because it's just like not here.
Yeah, we'll see. I think it's an actual church. I imagine if they say it's in a church, but they mean it's like in a different shop. But we'll see.
Yeah. I think somebody's knocking on the door.
Oh.
So about to open up the store, get up out of here. I'll be May 4th. I got a show in Brooklyn. May 6th, I got a show in Glendora, New Jersey. That's like South Jersey. With
Glendora?
Glendora.
Sounds familiar.
That's produced by Brian Isley. And then
Nice.
May 7th, I got a show in Queens. So
Oh,
yeah, ripping and running this
damn, I ain't
week.
seen Brian in a while. Huh?
He doesn't do comedy anymore.
What?
Yeah, he doesn't do comedy anymore. He does. I know he just produces stuff now.
Really? Oh, dang,
Yeah,
good for him if that's what he does. But he was notably funny.
yeah, he was. He had albums out and everything, but he stopped like December.
Oh, wow, I did not know that.
Shout out to Brian Isley.
Yeah,
May 6th, we at the spot, man. It's gonna be popping. You know what I mean?
yeah, big shout out to him. Damn, that's wild.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Well, always nice chatting. People, if you're listening, obviously you're listening, you're hearing my words. Thank you for listening. Like, subscribe, and call your aunts.
Peace.